Hey guys, what's going on? Joel here, and welcome to Back in the Day. And wow, it's been a hot minute since I've last uploaded anything. As far as I can remember, the last thing that was uploaded was my unboxing of the Christmas present that Sean Retro Reminiscence had sent me. So yeah, it's been a while. I know I had spoken in my last video that I was looking at getting a new laptop. That hasn't come to fruition yet. I think I'm going to wait a little bit longer. I've got some other stuff that's come up that I needed to put some money towards instead. Which, I mean, I could easily go buy a new laptop if I wanted to, but it's not a necessity for me at this point. But I figured today that I would do a video of a recent collection update, like recent pickups, because I've acquired quite a bit over the past few months, and I figured, it warranted a collection update. So I got some new, some old, some kind of in between peripheral type stuff. But either way, I figured I'd showcase what I've picked up since I don't know, I'd say maybe August-ish, July, August, September. But yeah, either way, not like a whole lot of stuff, but I mean, like I said, enough that warrants a video. Yeah, so I guess that being said, just go ahead and get into what we picked up. So, anyways, picked up a couple of peripherals. I picked up the Switch, this Hori Switch Split Pad Pro. I will be completely honest with you in terms of the Switch. I don't like the Joy-Cons. I don't like how they feel, and that's kind of part of the reason why I don't use my Switch a whole lot, because of the Joy-Cons. And I mean, even into the little docking station, I just don't care for it. The buttons are too small. I don't care for the analog sticks. It's just not very comfortable. So I picked this up, and obviously for portable play, this is comfortable. These are normal size buttons. It's got a normal D-pad. Everything on this feels really comfortable. I mean, I will say they don't feel very sturdy in terms of, like, they're very light. But I mean, they work fantastic. Honestly, this is just great for portable play. Glad I actually got these. So, and then in addition to that, my wife for Christmas bought me a Pro controller. It was funny. She felt so bad. She had all the presents wrapped and under the tree. And Sebastian, our German Shepherd, typically does not bother with anything. For whatever the reason this year, I was at work. She had gotten done wrapping presents, put them under the tree. She come back out and had found he got a hold of this box and had punctured it. And she felt bad because she said, yeah, she's like, she knows I like to keep things in mint condition. And I said, well, it's a Pro controller box. I don't see this being worth anything, at least for another 30 years. So I think we're safe. But with this, I've actually been playing my Switch a lot more. This controller is really comfortable. I honestly wish that I had got one earlier, because it does make playing remote playing a lot more enjoyable. So I've been playing my Switch quite a bit more. Which, speaking of that, like at the end of the video, I will kind of lead into more of an explanation with that. So yeah, pick that up. Also, this one was a really odd one. I don't know if this would maybe fall under the peripheral category. This Nintendo calendar, I had this as a kid, and it's an actual officially licensed Nintendo calendar. But I remember this is the 1990, late 1989. No, it just goes into January, but it's a Nintendo calendar, and I found it on eBay. I think I paid like $40 or something for it, but it's really cool to flip through it, and I love this calendar. I mean, I remember even I had it on my wall clear up into, I think, even 1992, just because I loved every month had a different game to it, so yeah, just nothing overly spectacular, but I thought this was kind of cool. So now into the games. So I've got some Switch games. So I did picked up Super Mario Wonder. I picked these up actually before I went to Alabama to go visit my dad. I had wanted to play this for quite some time, and it is an interesting little game. I like the whole the aspect of the Wonder Seeds. Some of the power-ups are, I don't know, I mean, to me, it's not anything that's. I've got to agree with Ron Man's take. I mean, it's not anything that's groundbreaking with the Super Mario Brothers game, but it's still fun. I mean, it's still a Mario game, and I mean, you're always gonna have fun with a Mario game, but it's just nothing overly different, I guess. But still cool. Also picked up the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, which has just a crap ton of the original Street Fighter 2 games. Street Fighter Alpha 3, Street Fighter Alpha 2, Street Fighter Alpha, the original Street Fighter. But, I mean, this was like freaking $19 at Walmart. And I was like, yeah, what the hell? So, I mean, it's a Street Fighter game. Also, because I love the game so much, I did pick up the physical release of the limited run Star Wars Force Unleashed, because this game is so fun. I want to say, I believe that this is the PSP version. But just... what can I say? This is one of my all-time favorite games, just in general, The Force Unleashed. But Limited Run does such a nice job with, and I love how it has that, or you can do the traditional, yellow cover if you don't want the or the yellow spine, like with the Switch. So, but yeah, Force Unleashed. Also, my wife got me a couple games for Christmas. She picked me up Spider-Man 2, because I had I thoroughly enjoyed the original Spider-Man, and had played through Miles Morales as well. And I was like, you know what, I want to go on to 2. Now I'm holding off. I did play this for about I don't know, maybe 20 minutes, half an hour. But I've played so much Spider-Man that I'm going on to a different game for right now, and I put this one down, and I'll come back to this one later, just to, I've like I said, I've played so much Spider-Man, but I mean, what I played of this was, certainly interesting enough. Can't wait to delve farther into it. So, now the other game that I specifically asked for Christmas, and I was glad that my wife got it for me, just Astrobot. Wow. I can easily see why this won Game of the Year. I started playing this as soon as I could, and just I couldn't put it down. This game is fantastic. It's such a cool little platformer. There's so much, just so much to see and do in it. I love all the little throwbacks to, a lot of little bots that are themed after, like Horizon Zero Dawn. You've got, God of War, Uncharted. It's really, really cool. So the reason I guess got so into this was those of you that know about the PS5, the more or less kind of the tech demo mini game that's downloaded onto it is Astro's Playroom. And I had messed with it a little bit when I first got my PS5, and I just out of sheer boredom a few months ago, I started playing through Astro's Playroom, and I was having such a great time. I ended up platinuming it, and when I found out that they were releasing a full-on game of this, I was like, you know what, I really want to play it. So, wife got this for me for Christmas, and I had this thing beat in about a week and a half. Platinumed it. I did everything in it. Just so amazing. But I can't say enough good things about this game. It's that fun. I really enjoyed it. I was glad to have played that. And along with like the Super Mario Wonder, and then, both of these, I talked about with the Switch Pro Controller, there's kind of a little bit of a caveat, a story that I'm going to go into when I'm done showing everything. So now got a fairly decent amount of retro, a few games here. Operation Wolf, picked that up a few months ago for my collection. Sorry about the glare. It's surprisingly, it's I don't know, about 9:30, quarter to 10 in the morning, and the sun is coming in through my dining room window, and it's getting a little bit of a glare off of that. But anyways, I was honestly a little upset. Like, it appears to be in decent shape, but it's got some scuffs and some marks on it that you couldn't see on the photos on eBay. So I was a little disappointed with the condition in it. But I don't know. It's Operation Wolf. This is a horrible port of the arcade. The arcade was fun. The port of this is just terrible. One that I had been on the lookout for, and I came across and I got lucky with it. Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers. This was a fun little platformer that I remember playing with Mike Keebler as a kid, and this had been up for auction, and nobody bid on it. And I finally, when I put it on my watch list, and I placed the bid, like I think an hour before the auction was over with, and I woke up the next morning and found that I had won the auction. So paid a little bit more than I think I would have preferred to. I think it was like $100, but with like a $10 shipping or something. But I mean, it's in really good shape, and these Disney games are they're hard to come by in good shape at a decent price anymore. So I was happy to pick that one up. Now into some more here. Super Nintendo wise, picked up The Lion King. This one just brutally hard. Everybody always talks about the just can't wait to be king level, and I remember I actually had rented this quite a bit as a kid, and I enjoyed it. Back in 94, 95, I really enjoyed the Lion King movie. I was like maybe 16, 17, something like that. But I did enjoy the Lion King movie. So, I mean, I rented the game, and I mean, the game, I thought the game was fun, hard. Looking back on it now, I can't believe I made it as far as I did. But still a really fun game. Looks good, and surprisingly, it's not an LJN game. But yeah. Now to some other, like, just, the next three are just killer titles. Glad that I got them. And I got a good deal on Super R-Type. I actually told Sean about this. I got this at a killer price. I think I got this for like $60. And, I mean, it's in really nice shape. Has all the inserts. And, I mean, obviously just one of the, I guess, the better-known shmups for the Super Nintendo. I mean, this one's just a classic. So this was one that, as I recall, the one kid that I used to hang out with, Mark Rothfuss, who I don't talk about a whole lot, he had this. I remember playing this at his house quite a bit. Another one that he had as well that I was glad to get was Gradius 3. Gradius. This one is in really nice shape as well. All the inserts. Just the box is crisp, and I mean, like, inserts, I mean, like, it's got everything. I think the only thing that these two might not have, maybe by these two I mean Super R-Type and Gradius, might not be the baggies, but I mean, other than that, it has all of the proper inserts. This game, I mean, as I recall, I think this was a launch title as well for the Super Nintendo, and just, this is one that still holds up to this day, that looks and sounds great. Just, it's still one of the top shmups for the Super Nintendo. So, yeah. I really don't know what to say on that. But yeah, glad I got that. And then finally, I just acquired this one the other day. It came, and I was really glad. Star Fox. Yet another one. This was a groundbreaking game when it came out on the Super Nintendo. It was first, obviously to premiere the FX chip and just the polygon graphics, and introduced us to Star Fox and his other band of pilots. But yeah, this has all the inserts as well, except for the baggie. But man, I remember renting this quite a bit in 1993 when it first came out. Wow, like, just, I remember being blown away by it. Just as the Star Wing or the Air Wing, flew out of the hangar, and you were greeted to what at the time you were like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So yeah, by say, like, this is amazing, just the graphics, like how everything looked, it was like, felt almost like it was a 32-bit game. But yeah, so that was it. That's everything that I picked up. So what I wanted to kind of, I guess, so I kind of got thinking about it, and I've had, over the last few years, I've had such a backlog of games, and going into 2025, like, I looked back on 2024, and I mean, I played the absolute crap out of Spider-Man. I completed, I 100%ed Miles Morales, and I thought, you know what, I've got such a backlog of games. My goal going forth for 2025 is, I really want to go back and there's so many games that I had started that I really want to finish now. And it was inspired by, you know, Spider-Man, but also like, you know, through Astrobot. I'm like, you know what? I've got to do this. So I'm done with the PS5 for a bit, and I've been playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And I mean, that was a game that I purchased back in 2019 and would just play sporadically. So going forward, you know, and it's obviously too because of picking up the Switch Pro controller. It's been made. It's more fun to play everything. You know, I go into my game room and I can sit in my recliner and just sit and game in sheer enjoyment. So that's going to be my goal for 2025. I've got a list of games, you know, like Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I got to finish Breath of the Wild. I got to finish Wind Waker. You know. Oh, and actually, it's funny too. Another game that I had picked up as well, but it's not in. It's not in with my pickups, is because I actually loaned it to a coworker. Was Devil May Cry 5. But you know, going back to the games and stuff, you know, it literally is like I want to see how many games I can get through this year. I'm kind of setting a goal for myself. Once I'm done with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I'm going to move on to Breath of the Wild, and then probably Wind Waker. I mean, I've still Super Mario 3D World I have not finished. Super Mario U I have not finished. So I mean, there's a crap ton of games, and I think at the end of the year I'll come back and I will update my progress and say, hey, you know what? These are the games that I completed during 2025. So all right, guys. That being said, I'm going to put a few of these, you know, kind of in here for the final shot, but I am planning on. I've said it, you know, numerous times in the past. I'm planning on, you know, getting back into the unboxings. That is definitely a plan of mine. But here's a little something to kind of, I guess, tide you guys over until then. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this, and until the next video, you guys take it easy.